From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Good Thursday morning. Today we're going to have an increased fire risk. The same thing for tomorrow. It's not technically a first alert weather day, but we're keeping a very close eye on those fire conditions. We're going to trend cooler into this weekend, but it looks like the heat's going to rebound in a big way next week, triple digits for lower elevations, and we will have the chance for some mountain and valley thunderstorm chances for Monday through Wednesday. First, for this morning, you're taking a live, beautiful look at a beautiful sunrise in Kennewick. This view coming courtesy of the First Alert Weather app. You can download it for free in the App Store or on Google Play. More of those watercolors up in the sky because of the very light haze we have up in the sky. Wind's not a factor for now. That's not going to be the case a little bit later today, especially after 2 p.m. That's going to factor into the fire risk. Right now, very mild/warm for a lower elevation, 60s and 70s, 50s up in the Cascades, and 50s and 60s in the Blues. Your day planner forecast for today going to be into the 70s by 8 this morning, 80s around lunchtime, and 80s and 90s at the peak of daytime heating, but hotter as we head into next week. I'll tell you just how hot coming up on Good Morning Northwest, which starts right now.
Straight ahead on Good Morning Northwest, an early morning shooting leaves one person dead in Pasco. We have the details and what we know so far coming up.
Plus, truck driving students are getting a first-hand look at what happens after a crash, and it's all thanks to a unique partnership with Washington State Patrol. We have how it's bridging the gap between the road and the law.
And back to school just got a little easier for some Yakima families. How a generous donation is giving students a strong start. It's all on Good Morning Northwest, which starts right now.
This is Apple Valley News Now. Good Morning Northwest on your side.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us for Good Morning Northwest. I'm Jessica Jalal.
I'm Jade Elliott. It is Thursday, July 24th. We're making our way towards the weekend and Water Follies weekend.
Oh, yeah. It's going to be a busy weekend. Art in the Park is also happening, and we'll have more details on those events later on. But we do want to start this morning with a crime alert out of Pasco. That's where a homicide investigation is currently underway.
Here's what we know so far. At least one person's dead. Apple Valley News Now's Monique Garcia has the latest details.
Just before 2:30 Wednesday morning, Pasco police responded to a home at the corner of West Murray Street and North 20th Avenue. A call came in saying a person was unresponsive and needed help. When Pasco officers got to the scene, they quickly contained the area around the home and began investigating. As of 11 a.m. Wednesday, the scene is still very active.
So we'll be out here for an undetermined period of time. We do have northbound 20th closed between Octave and Henry. So if you're in the area, be prepared that there may be some traffic congestion.
One person was found in the home suffering from gunshot wounds. They died at the scene. Lieutenant Groom with Pasco Police says there isn't much more information he can release at this time, but they are working every angle.
Washington State Patrol's crime lab has come down and is helping processing the scene, and we are very grateful for their support.
I did ask Lieutenant Groom if they have any leads on suspects or if anyone has been arrested.
This is an active investigation. I can't provide any details on that.
Lieutenant Groom says if you saw something or know anything, say something.
We can only process what we can find and what we know. So when people come forward with information that helps us, even if it's small information, it may put us on the right track to getting to what the truth is.
Pasco Police says if you believe you have information regarding this case, please call the police department at the main line and ask to speak with Detective Lee. Reporting in Pasco, Monique Garcia, Apple Valley News Now.
And we'll, of course, continue to follow this ongoing investigation.
And you can find updates at applevalleynewsnow.com. Taking a look at local living now, if you're planning to hit the parks or take the boat out during this Water Follies weekend, you'll need to make other plans. So public parks and trails along the Columbia River in Kennewick and Pasco will be closed to bikes and pedestrians as the 60th annual Tri-City Water Follies takes over both shorelines. Columbia Park in Kennewick is now closed from the Blue Bridge to Edison Street until Sunday night at 7 p.m. On the Pasco side, Wade Park Road from the Blue Bridge to Road 60 will be closed Saturday and Sunday. And heads up to boaters, the Columbia River itself will be shut down from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. starting tomorrow, and that'll be through Sunday.
5:04, turning now to education news. Members of the Washington State Patrol, in partnership with Walla Walla Community College, recently spent some time brushing up on crash investigation skills. Apple Valley News Now's William Albert explains why this training is so important and how the college plans to keep building its relationship with State Patrol.
Walla Walla Community College recently partnered with the Washington State Patrol to host a post-collision investigation course at the college's CDL training site. Officers used the college's trucks and trailers to simulate crash scenes, practicing post-collision inspections, spotting violations, collecting evidence, and building stronger cases. The partnership with the State Patrol's Compliance and Motor Vehicle Division is part of an ongoing effort to bridge the gap between law enforcement and truck drivers, something commercial trucking students were able to observe firsthand.
They had some big trailers that they tipped over on the side, and they had a couple trucks. They did post-accident investigative training, and they put in a ton of time throughout the week. So we were able to witness the dedication that those guys have to the job.
Training courses like this one can better help Washington State Patrol, as well as other local law enforcement agencies, help prevent crashes from happening, as well as better understand how they happen.
They were cutting airlines and kind of rigging trucks up to simulate a failure on the vehicle. And then they would go through the procedure for the officers that were investigating it, would check multiple things and then find that. And they'd be able to isolate what caused the issue.
For students like Katie Martin, safety is key, especially when it comes to avoiding a crash in the first place.
These are big rigs out on the road. There ain't nothing going to stop them except the person behind the wheel. So you have to know what you're doing at all times, and you have to know what your vehicle is capable of and not capable of, so that you're not putting others in the way of danger.
Another student, Adam Mellershrinken, says being alert to impatient drivers is just a part of the job.
You need to go downhill slowly too, and it irritates people. So they'll pull out in front of you and hit the brakes just to be like, or whatever, you know? So you really got to pay attention.
Hyatt says this kind of hands-on experience shows just how committed law enforcement is to ongoing training.
The training that these officers go through is pretty extensive. Their education doesn't end when they get out of academy and they hit the road. It's a continuing education.
While law enforcement keeps training to keep our roads safe, Walla Walla Community College is preparing the next generation of drivers to do the same. In Walla Walla, William Albert, Apple Valley News Now.
And program officials say that the similar training exercises are expected to happen in the near future.
All right, back to school season can be stressful, especially when it comes to making sure that your kids have everything that they need.
And there's always something last minute.
Oh, yeah.
One Yakima school, though, is getting a little help this year thanks to a generous donation, and that's taking some pressure off of families and giving these students the strong start they deserve.
Through a new partnership, Martin Luther King Jr. Elementary School in Yakima is receiving 600 brand new backpacks and a $500 gift card from Costco.
So district leaders say that this donation helps ease a big burden for families who are already stretched thin, and it sets these students up for success on day one.
It's part of an ongoing effort to ensure that every student feels confident, prepared, and ready to learn.
Which is so important as you're going in on that first day.
And then, you know, back to school, when those commercials start hitting the screens, it's like, oh no. But the backpack part of going back to school is always exciting as a kid. So.
Oh, 100%.
This is amazing.
Yeah, no, we've already had one backpack show up and ordered. It's already shown up. Yeah.
And they get excited, right, the kiddos?
Well, of course they get excited, yeah. Jackson has to decide if he wants to.
Especially when you're little and you want the Blue's Clues, and now it's Bluey, but yeah.
Did you have a Blue's Clues backpack?
I think so, yeah. And a Powerpuff Girls, yeah.
Oh, that tracks. Love that for you. All right, so much more ahead here on Good Morning Northwest. It's a story we have been following for years now. The man convicted of killing 4 Idaho college students learning his fate yesterday, but it's what happened in the courtroom and what was said that is making headlines. We have those emotional moments coming up.
But first, our Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth will have your first alert weather forecast. Keep it here. Good Morning Northwest. We'll be right back.
We've recovered millions in over 7,000 cases. Now that's experience for you. The reason why we settle so many cases is because we put them together to go to court.
Call Allen Brecky Law Offices at 735-0546.
Do you keep up with the trends or set your own?
Is the color dense enough?
Add more pigment. Launch on social.
We've got to take this global.
All right, so where do we go from here?
You've got to test it, perfect it, expand it. Never rest until it's right.
Introducing the business card that gives back all you put in. The new Chase Sapphire Reserve for Business. Right now at US Cellular, you can get 4 free phones plus 4 lines for $90.
Hey, we're tired of having the wool pulled over our eyes with these hidden requirements. What aren't we seeing?
Yeah. Do we get our choice of free phones?
Yep, you get the latest phones.
I bet we have to trade in our old phones, though.
Nope, sure don't.
Wow.
High five. Almost. Higher.
Yes.
Nope.
Get 4 phones plus 4 lines for $90 with no trade-in, and we'll pay off your current contract when you switch. US Cellular, built for us.
The White Card, a powerful resource for former Hanford and DOE employees. If you worked in the area and have come down with cancer, lung disease, Parkinson's, or renal failure, you may be eligible for financial compensation and healthcare services. A simple phone call can get the process started. Atomic Home Health. Don't wait. Call today.
Got a birthday coming up? Celebrating a big win? Or just want to gather the crew for a pizza and a good time? For decades, Hubby's Pizza has been the go-to spot for family, friends, and fun. Reserve your table and bring the whole gang. Kids, family, teammates, whoever loves great pizza and good vibes. Dig into your favorite pizza, hit up the fresh salad bar, and let the kids have a blast in the arcade. And if the party's at your place, no problem. Hubby's now delivers through Grubhub and DoorDash. A community tradition, a place to celebrate. Acquire the Hubby's habit today.
We've recovered millions in over 7,000 cases. Now that's experience for you. The reason why we settle so many cases is because we put them together to go to court.
Call Alan Brecky Law Offices at 735-0546.
Let's get it on. Let's play. Yeah.
The Feud has 2 Emmy nominations.
Grandma, he smells really good.
Name something your mate's booty has in common with the basketball.
It bounces.
Emmy-nominated Celebrity Family Feud. Tonight, 8/7 Central on ABC.
E.T. and Extra. Tonight at 7 on Apple Valley News Now.
Extra, extra.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colberth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. We do have an increased fire risk for today and tomorrow. Part of that is going to be the heat for today, so let's talk about that. First of all, it's going to be a beautiful day if you can look past all the fire stuff and the heat. Lots of sunshine on the map. We will have some hazy skies, hazier compared to the rest of the region for Salinas Pass and downwind of this Burdoyne fire that's burning in Klickitat County. Highs today going to be a few degrees hotter than normal for this time of the year, so we'll be in the low 90s in the Kittitas Valley, mid 90s in the Yakima Valley, some portions of the lower Columbia Basin a little bit closer to 100 as opposed to 95, especially up towards the Hanford site, low to mid 90s in the foothills and 70s and 80s in our mountains. Then for tonight, clear skies. Some more of that haze could come downstream and downwind of that fire, so maybe a little bit hazy in places like Hermiston and Walla Walla. We'll show you futurecasts here in a second, but elsewhere, clear skies. Overnight lows down into the 50s and 60s for lower elevations, 40s and 50s in the Cascades, 50s in the Blues. Now let's show you futurecasts upper level wildfire smoke, and you'll see as we put this into motion, this is into the afternoon. That fire in Klickitat County starting to flare up again. The winds out of the south and west, at least in this part of our viewing area. So that'll stream some of that haze into places like Hermiston, Walla Walla, Dayton. It looks like we'll probably go through the exact same cycle for tomorrow. But back to the fire weather concerns for today. I'll show you how critically dry the vegetation is and how strong some of the wind gusts could be. So that's going to be coming up in a few minutes.
Thanks, Josh. 5:13 now. Taking a look at national headlines, which this one again hits very close to home. Justice has now been handed down in the case that has gripped the country.
30-year-old Bryan Kohberger has been sentenced to 4 consecutive life terms without the possibility of parole, plus an additional 10 years for burglary. He was also ordered to pay nearly $270,000 in restitution to the victims' families.
Yeah, but beyond the legal consequences, what really stood out, the powerful and emotional moments inside the courtroom yesterday.
Everything from victim impact statements to Kohberger's own expression or lack thereof. Our very own Austin Reed has the details on what unfolded during the sentencing.
You didn't win.
Raw video capturing the concluding remarks of Olivia Gonsalves, Kaylee's sister, one of the 4 college students brutally murdered, which prompted applause during Bryan Kohberger's historic sentencing hearing on Wednesday.
No one is scared of you today. No one is intimidated by you. No one is impressed by you. No one thinks that you are important. You orchestrated this like you thought you were God.
You could even feel the emotion outside the courtroom.
We stayed in line all night because we thought it would be important as college students, especially at the University of Idaho, to come support the families and the victims, especially to those close to us that knew the victims, to be able to support them and support these families in person instead of just watching a live stream. I think it means more.
Kohberger, who pleaded guilty earlier this month, avoided the death penalty as part of a plea deal in exchange for a total of 4 life sentences and the waiving of all appeal rights.
And I don't believe there's anything that would come out of his mouth that would not further victimize the families.
The state saying they offered this plea to avoid years of appeals.
In exchange, the parties stipulated to recommend a sentence.
Benjamin Mogan, the father of victim Maddie Mogan, delivering a victim impact statement.
Maddie was my only child that I ever had. She's the only great thing I ever really did.
Steve Gonsalves, the father of Kaylee, saying Kohberger united the community in, quote, disgust for him.
You're not worth the time, the effort to be remembered. In time, you will be nothing but 2 initials forgotten to the wind. No visitors, nothing more than initials on an otherwise unmarked tombstone.
And as for any kind of remorse from Kohberger,
You have an opportunity to make a statement if you wish to. I take it you are declining.
I respectfully decline.
Silence.
So with his life behind bars now secured, the focus shifts to what's next.
Attorneys and investigators are pushing to unseal key court documents that could answer lingering questions about motive, evidence, and what led up to the brutal attack.
Now, one set of documents has already been released. We'll, of course, continue to follow the developments as this case continues to unfold. I watched yesterday as the sentencing was happening.
The sister statement, so powerful.
So powerful.
If you haven't seen that, definitely check that one out.
Yeah,
I feel like it sums up everything in a sisterly way.
It does. It was heavy. It was emotional. But for all of those families who did choose to speak, it gave them that moment to have.
Yeah.
The family of Ethan Chapin decided not to partake in the sentencing yesterday, but did have kind of their own remembrance of him as well. So, of course, it's a case that still has a lot to unpack, and we'll keep you updated on it.
But keep it here, because coming up next on Good Morning Northwest, Josh Colbreth will be back with your full First Alert weather forecast, and that'll be in just a few minutes right after the break.
For 25 years, you've made Triple Play more than just a place to play. You've turned it into a place where memories are made. We want to thank our amazing guests and community. From birthday parties to company outings and spontaneous weekend adventures, your memories are what make Triple Play special. Here's to 25 years of fun and many more to come. Thank you for being part of our story.
Prepare yourselves for one of the greatest Motown and R&B artists of all time. The Commodores are coming to the Tri-Cities July 26th. With 75 million albums sold, this legendary group will bring the funk to the Hapo Center with favorites like Brick House, Night Shift, and many more. Go to CommodoresLive.com and get your tickets now. Don't miss this opportunity to see the legendary Commodores live.
Before, our service would be in and out. We wanted to switch to T-Mobile to make sure that we have better coverage.
T-Mobile is now the best network, and with the most satellites, we're connecting hundreds of thousands in places where cell towers can't reach with T-Satellite.
I signed up for T-Satellite to give me peace of mind as a mom that makes life better knowing that it's there when we need it.
Upgrade to the best network. Right now, T-Mobile will pay off 4 phones up to $3,200. Plus, hook you up with 4 new phones on us. Switch today.
What's up? You seem kind of sluggish today. Things aren't really moving. You could use some Metamucil.
Metamucil psyllium fiber helps keep your digestive system moving so you can feel lighter and more energetic. Metamucil keeps you moving. And try clear fiber with no grit and no flavor.
When you really need to sleep, you reach for the really good stuff.
ZzzQuil Ultra helps you sleep better and longer when you need it most. It's non-habit forming and powered by the makers of NyQuil. ZzzQuil Ultra, when you really, really need to sleep.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. Again, an increased fire risk for today and tomorrow. So let's show you the ingredients that go into that. First of all, for today, again, it's going to be hot, a few degrees hotter than normal for this time of the year. Vegetation going to be critically dry in the Cascades and the upper Yakima Basin, for the valleys, for the lower Columbia Basin, and for the Blue Foothills. You factor in the winds, and it could be breezy this morning, but after 2 p.m., that's when the wind gusts are going to ramp up, especially windy in the Morrow County foothills and the Kittitas Valley, but across the map, at least for lower elevations, gusts between 20 to 40 miles per hour. So in these conditions, fires could start or spread quickly. Now, thankfully, we're going to be a little bit cooler for tomorrow. These highs going to be pretty normal for this time of the year, 80s and 90s for lower elevations. Still, vegetation critically dry for the valleys, for the lower Columbia Basin, and for the Blue Foothills. But the wind gusts going to be just about as strong as they will be for today at peak time frame from 2 p.m. to 11 p.m. So again, fires could start or spread quickly. Now, if these wind gusts were just a little bit stronger, we will go with the First Alert Weather Day, but we're definitely not sleeping on the fire potential for today. Now, the winds are picking up over the next couple of days as temperatures go down, and that's going to leave us with some excellent weather for the Tri-City water follies. High temperature is going to be in the low to mid 90s. Will be a little bit breezy for, we talked about Friday, but also for Saturday and Sunday, but in general, just a beautiful weekend on the river. We'll heat things back up into next week. Looks like it gets especially toasty by the time we get to Tuesday and Wednesday. Now, for Tuesday, looks like highs in the lower Columbia Basin could be anywhere between, I'd say, 100 to 103. That looks like the range right now, around 100 in the valleys, mid 90s, mid to upper 90s for the Blue Foothills. So toasty stuff. And vegetation dryness is definitely going to go up. Fire risk are going to go up by then as well, especially if we have some stronger wind gusts in the forecast. And this also makes us a little bit nervous. Lightning chances for Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, mainly in the mountains, but for Wednesday, some of this could sneak down into the Kittitas Valley. Always vested interest whenever there's lightning in the forecast around this time of the year. So here's the 7-day forecast for the Tri-Cities. Hot, dry, and breezy today, cooler into the weekend, and triple-digit heat looms for next week. In Yakima, increased fire danger today and tomorrow, cooler Friday through Sunday, then heating up to around 100 next Tuesday and Wednesday. In Ellensburg, windy over the next couple days, so watching the fire start potential closely. Same deal with that chance for lightning next Wednesday. In Hermiston, an uptick in the fire risk Thursday and Friday, then tracking the possible return of highs in the triple digits next week. Finally, for Walla Walla, cooling down into the weekend, but fairly close to 100 degrees by next Tuesday.
Screaming summer.
I know, and I said it yesterday, I'll say it again, Water Follies weekend, not too hot like it usually is, not like 100s, not like 112, anything like that.
No.
So this is nice.
This is, I feel like this is
seasonal.
Typical seasonal
Perfect.
Water Follies weather.
Yeah.
It's fantastic, and we haven't had that long sustained heat wave yet. I think this is real wood on the desk, so knock on wood.
Depends. Depends on what part you hit.
Yeah.
All right, so much more ahead here on Good Morning Northwest. A deadly school year, a mysterious murder, and a movement turning train tracks into trails. The premieres and true stories making headlines in the world of TV and film. That's coming up in your entertainment news after the break.
During our Patriot sale, you'll get amazing values.
Like a Sealy Queen mattress for $3.99.
Come to Mattress Depot USA.
Before our Patriot sale ends.
Low prices every day. Mattress Depot USA.
Kittitas Valley Healthcare is your trusted home for health, offering expert orthopedic care for your family. With over 55 years of combined experience, our team uses state-of-the-art equipment to improve surgical outcomes and provide compassionate, patient-centered care. We're committed to making your experience comfortable and efficient, so you can stay active and healthy. Learn more and schedule a consultation through our website at kvhealthcare.org. Your home for health.
Form or function? Should we push the timeline? Will it hold? Should we outsource? What do you think? Think.
Do you engineer it to work? Or design it to move? Give give them what they want.
It needs to be taller, faster,
Even cheaper. Or take things to new places. You've got to build the right team. No, that's the one. Revise it, redo it, develop it. Keep pushing until it's right.
Introducing the business card that gives back all you put in. The new Chase Sapphire Reserve for Business.
One day, maybe these were your people. Or these. But maybe one day you noticed fewer people, which can feel different, but good. Because now, older, we decide what our people means, how we spend time, even who they are. Like us, our people are their own people. And our connections keep us active, sharper, and happier. Find ways to connect with people of all ages at findyourpeoplewa.org.
Meet the Moore family. They switched from cable internet to Ziply Fiber and got so much more. Mr. Moore got more upload speed for next level gaming and live streaming to the masses. Mason Moore got even more done for his sneaker business, quickly uploading HD product demos and video conferencing without freezing.
Brad, you're on mute.
And now that her family doesn't need her for tech support, Mrs. Moore has more time to stream games into overtime.
Let's go!
Get more of what you love by switching to Ziply Fiber for $65 less per month than cable at ziplyfiber.com.
Let a Mattress Depot USA sleep specialist put you on the mattress that matches your sleeping habits.
Stop by today. You'll sleep better tonight.
Low prices every day. Mattress Depot USA.
Early warnings, accurate forecasts.
Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather.
Welcome back, 526. In your entertainment headlines this morning, updates on 2 killer streaming series.
Ooh, plus a film about a movement that's been transforming the United States for about 60 years.
Here's David Daniel with the latest in Hollywood.
I already know where the bodies are buried.
Season 2 of Wednesday has yet to debut, but Netflix has already renewed the series for Season 3. Jenna Ortega returns as Wednesday Addams when the first part of Season 2 premieres August 6th. The second half of Season 2 begins on September 3rd.
For Only Murders in the Building, I'm Charles Hay.
What the hell?
We have a premiere date for Only Murders in the Building Season 5. Hulu sent out this first look photo and announced the Emmy-winning series will return on September 9th with 3 episodes, followed by new episodes weekly.
It's one of America's most unlikely movements. The fight to convert abandoned railroads to trails.
There's no way of getting something as terrific as a trail without putting some work into it.
Over the last 60 years, a grassroots movement has built more than 26,000 miles of public paths on former railroad corridors. The documentary From Rails to Trails, narrated by Edward Norton, explores what it's taken to transform disused railways into walking, biking, and recreation havens. The film debuts October 15th on public television stations and PBS.org. Hitting the trail in Hollywood, I'm David Daniel.
Wednesday, just before spooky season.
I know, right on time.
I think it's like 99 days until Halloween. I saw a post
Gosh.
somewhere.
But who's counting?
But who's counting? Not me, no. And you're excited for Only Murders in the Building.
I love Only Murders in the Building. Yeah, I can't wait.
I've only seen some of first season, so you're
binge
encouraging me to get back into it.
Yeah, no, it's fun.
I haven't watched
okay.
I don't watch it, but I'm a big fan of Steve Martin, Cheaper by the Dozen.
So funny.
Yes.
Oh yeah, that's a staple from my childhood.
It's such a fun cast, and every season they always have someone else in the cast that you don't expect. Like, oh my gosh, he's in it this season, or she's
Like a
in it this
cameo.
season.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, which is always fun. All right, so much for ahead here on Good Morning Northwest. Coming up next, Yakima County has some of the lowest voter turnout in the state, why officials are concerned, and why they hope to change that this election.
And free fun for the whole family today. The Reach Museum is throwing a birthday bash, and you're invited. All the details in your next half hour, but first, here are your Tech Bites.
In today's Tech Bites, Apple is offering a subscription service to protect your devices. It's called Apple Care One, and it lets you cover up to 3 products for $20 a month, including unlimited repairs for accidental damage if you drop it. You can also add devices up to 4 years old. Artificial intelligence is reportedly causing problems at the FDA. Trump administration officials have said it's a way to streamline drug approvals. The problem is, the agency's AI program is hallucinating or creating non-existent studies. One official saying it hallucinates confidently. A little scary. Finally, an experimental wristband from Meta could change how we interact with our devices. It reads the electrical signals that pulse through your muscles when you move your fingers, and eventually It could let you control your phone or computer from across the room. It's coming in the next few years. Those are your Tech Bites. I'm Rhiannon Alley. Have a great day.
I'm the guy sitting next to your girl on the kiss cam.
This game just got a lot more interesting.
Sheila? Mom?
Fire!
And if you don't have the right home coverage, you might have to kiss your savings goodbye. Let's go, beat it. So get Allstate, save money, and be better protected from mayhem. Yeah, like me.
When did I call Leaf Filter? When I saw my gutters overflowing onto my porch.
Leaf Filter is a permanent gutter solution, so you never have to worry about costly damage from clogged gutters again.
It's the easiest call you can make.
Call 833-LEAF-FILTER today or visit leaffilter.com.
Mopping is hard work. Then I tried the Swiffer Power Mop. It has a built-in solution that breaks down dirt on contact. Plus, its 360-degree swivel head cleans up along baseboards and even behind the toilet. Bye-bye, bucket. With the Swiffer Power Mop.
This is Apple Valley News Now. Good morning, Northwest. On your side.
Good Thursday morning. Thanks so much for waking up with us, joining us here for Good Morning Northwest. I'm Jade Elliott.
I'm Jessica Jalal.
And I'm Josh Colbert.
3-degree guarantee.
Yes,
ma'am.
It is going up, up, and up.
Woo! Jackpot,
so we are,
Josh.
Yep, jackpot, Josh. He did it again.
He did it again, he says.
So now we're up to 100. We're up to $125. Yesterday, I went with a forecast high of 94 in Pasco Tri-Cities, verified at 95. So yes, the jackpot now at 125. So for today, a toastier forecast high of 97 in Pasco Tri-City. So if it verifies between 94 to 100, jackpot's going to hit 150. If that doesn't happen, the jackpot could be yours. Find out how to win the jackpot by going to AppleValleyNewsNow.com, clicking on the contest page. You can scan the QR code that's on your screen. Okay, we do have an increased fire risk for today and tomorrow. It's not technically a first alert weather day, but something that we're keeping a very close eye on. Now, for this morning, you're taking a live look at Kennewick. This view coming courtesy of the First Alert weather app. And you see it's not as purple or pink up in the sky anymore, but still definitely some light haze that you're seeing. Wind gusts not a factor for now, but after 2 p.m. they will be. And so that will factor into the increased fire risk. Temperatures this morning are mild / even warm for lower elevations. We're seeing low 70s on the map, 71 for Walla Walla, 72 for Lexington, 70 up towards the Hanford site. Here's your hour-by-hour forecast for today for the Tri-Cities. Almost going to be sunny and 75 at 8 in the morning. Mid-80s by 10, around 90 at lunchtime, and then highs between 95 to 100 in the lower Columbia Basin for today. So all of us in the lower elevations going to end up in the 90s. I'll take you on that zone-by-zone tour of today's Toasty Thursday forecast. That's going to be coming up in a few minutes.
Thanks so much, Josh. Following up this half hour on a story that we first brought to you yesterday.
The Yakima Police Department is investigating a deadly shooting that took place at a well-known park in the area.
Officers were called to Miller Park just before 6:30, where they found a 35-year-old man with a gunshot wound. This happened on Wednesday night. We're told Yakima fire crews tried to save his life, but unfortunately he died from his injuries.
And this all happened near the playground and splash pad, areas that are normally filled with children at this time of year. Our team spoke to a 13-year-old girl who was at the park, and she tells us she now feels uneasy coming back even in broad daylight.
Kind of felt like a little bit unsafe because like there's a lot of like people here, like homeless people, and you don't really know their like intentions and stuff. So it kind of scared me. But knowing that someone got shot here is kind of lowers the safety that I have here.
Major Crimes Unit is now handling the case.
If you have any information that could help police, you're urged to call them right away.
5:34 on New this morning. A Kennewick man is behind bars accused of violating a protection order and assaulting someone that he was legally ordered to stay away from. Police say 33-year-old Tanner Morton forced his way into a home on the east side of town yesterday afternoon, a home he was not allowed to be within 1,000 feet of. Investigators say that there was enough evidence to show that Morton assaulted the protected person and continued the attack for quite some time before taking off. Officers were able to track him down hours later at a location station on West Clearwater. He was arrested, booked into the Benton County Jail, now facing 2 felony charges, burglary in the first degree and felony domestic violence order violation.
And in Richland, the Reach Museum is celebrating a major milestone today, and you are invited. So to mark 11 years of the Reach Museum and 25 years of the Hanford Reach National Monument, admission is free all day. So visitors can explore hands-on exhibits, join family-friendly activities, and even take part in scavenger hunts and crafts. There's also a little explorers drop-in session at 10 a.m., plus beautiful picnic spots and river views to enjoy. So whether it's your first time or your 100th, it's a great day to discover the stories, science, and landscape that makes the Tri-Cities unique.
5:35, and primary election ballots in Yakima County are out in voters' mailboxes, but elections offices doesn't think that the turnout's going to be very high. The county has historically had some of the lowest voter turnout rates in the state, and in the last primary election, it had the 3rd lowest turnout with 33%, just ahead of Adams and Franklin counties. The elections office is predicting 25% of Yakima County voters will cast a ballot this time around. The office has taken some steps to try to increase the turnout and encourages people to take advantage of their right to vote.
We've had many elections where the final tally has ended in a 1-vote difference or a tie even. So 1 vote does matter. And like I said, it's important for their voice to be heard.
Yeah, so voters have until August 5th to postmark their ballots or turn them into a drop box.
And the Washington State primary is coming up soon, and while the ballot is light in most places, voters in Connell still have a big decision to make. More than 1,200 ballots were sent out to Connell residents for the Connell City Council position. That's number 1 at the at-large race, which also serves as the city's mayor, and voters will choose which 2 candidates move on to the general election this fall. Officials say turnout is already outpacing Connell's primary numbers from last year, and they're reminding people that no matter the time of year, these races matter.
We hold elections on a regular basis here, and they're to make important decisions in different positions in everybody's communities at varying levels.
Ballots must be turned in or postmarked by 8 p.m. on Tuesday, August 5th.
5:37, talking some sports this morning. The Tri-Cities U15 NLTC soccer team are national champs after winning the National Premier League Finals in Denver, Colorado.
So last year, the team made it to nationals before losing in the quarterfinals. So NLTC sought redemption and found it in the championship victory over Montana Surf.
2 players from the NLTC made the all-tournament team, and they were the only team to have multiple players be honored for that award.
We were hungry. I think everybody was hungry, everybody wanted it. It kind of goes back to last year being eliminated in the quarterfinals. Everybody felt it, and we wanted the win no matter what, at all costs, and we did what we had to.
The U15 team wasn't the only to succeed at nationals. The age group below U14 made the championship game in their bracket and took home 2nd place.
Yeah, congrats to them. Go Sports. We have some incredible athletes in our area, so it's always so fun to see them succeed. All right, still ahead here on Good Morning Northwest, from heartbreak and homelessness to a fresh start in Tacoma, how one woman's story is inspiring hope for dozens. That's coming up next.
But first, Josh Colbert will have another look at your weather forecast. Keep it here. We'll be right back after the break.
Apple Valley News Now, the official television home of the Seattle Kraken.
J.D. Power has ranked Nissan #1 in new vehicle quality among mainstream brands. Get 0% APR for 60 months on the Nissan Pathfinder, Nissan Murano, and Nissan Rogue.
Now get 0% APR for 60 months on select popular models.
Find amazing deals store-wide during the anniversary sale at Furniture Row. We're celebrating, and that means the more you buy, the more you save. Take $100 off every $1,000 you spend when you liven up your living room. Dazzle with an all-new dining room, embellish and beautify your bedroom, and supercharge your sleep life with a new mattress. And furnishing your home has never been easier with 48 months no-interest financing. That's right, no interest for 4 years. The anniversary sale, on now at Furniture Row.
Got a family reunion in the works? Make it unforgettable at Beaver Valley Lodge. With cozy rooms, beautiful mountain views, and plenty of space to gather, it's the perfect place to reconnect and make new memories. Book direct with us and get 10% off. That means more savings for barbecues, bonfires, and all those late night laughs. So skip the middleman and book direct today, because great reunions start with the perfect place to stay, Beaver Valley Lodge. Come as a guest and leave as a friend.
It's the summer sales event with the Ford crew.
It's summer event time, Sam. Great time to buy.
A Ford F-Series truck.
Take your pick. Gas, all-electric, hybrid, and diesel. With impressive towing capability for any size to-do list. Like building a house.
A two-story brick colonial.
Or hauling that boat to the lake.
What?
That's actually on my to-do list.
Oh.
Lease a 2025 F-150 XTX Super Crew 4x4 for $349 a month for 36 months. Only at your local Ford dealer.
Form or function?
Should we push the timeline? Will it hold?
Should we outsource? What do you think?
Do you engineer it to work? Or design it to move? Give them what they want.
It needs to be taller, faster.
Even cheaper.
Or take things to new places. You've got to build the right team. No, that's the one. Revise it, redo it, develop it. Keep pushing until it's right.
Introducing the business card that gives back all you put in. The new Chase Sapphire Reserve for Business.
J.D. Power has ranked Nissan #1 in new vehicle quality among mainstream brands. Get 0% APR for 60 months on the Nissan Pathfinder, Nissan Murano, and Nissan Rogue.
Now get 0% APR for 60 months on select popular models.
GMA this morning will be fantastic.
Please welcome the Fantastic Four.
When the stars of this summer's most anticipated movie, The Fantastic Four, take over GMA.
That's what you call a tease, folks.
Only on Good Morning America, America's favorite morning show.
You, me, Thursday night.
Press Your Luck is Emmy nominated.
Here we go with this band.
Oh, you're not invited.
Emmy nominated Press Your Luck tonight on ABC.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. Right now you're taking a live look at Yakima. This view coming courtesy of Weimar. Just a beautiful view of the ridge and the valley this morning. Okay, here's your hour-by-hour forecast for today for the Tri-Cities. So we'll take it over to the basin, and it's going to be all t-shirt weather all throughout the day. It's going to be quite toasty, a few degrees hotter than normal for this time of the year. So let's take you on that zone-by-zone tour of today's forecast. And we start off in Kittitas County, going to be in the mid-70s up towards the pass, low 90s in the Kittitas Valley, and there will be an increased fire risk for today. It's not technically a first alert weather day, but given that the winds are going to be around 40 miles per hour in the Kittitas Valley, between 15 to 20 miles per hour in the Yakima Valley, these highs are going to be in the mid-90s. Then for the lower Columbia Basin, it is, remember, it's always Hermiston that we keep a very close eye on. If the winds there if the gusts get closer to 35 miles per hour, then that's when we do go with the first alert weather day. Today they're going to be around 30 miles per hour. That might not seem like a big difference, but weather can just be weird that way sometimes. Highs in the mid to upper 90s. Then for the Blue Foothills, especially windy for the Morrow County foothills, around 35 miles per hour. Slightly lighter gust in the foothills of Umatilla and Walla Walla counties. It's also going to be breezy in the higher terrain of the Blue Mountains, where we're going to end up in the 70s and 80s. But back to the fire start risk for today and tomorrow. I'll show you just how dry the vegetation is, and I'll touch on the wind gusts for tomorrow. So that's going to be coming up in a few minutes.
All right, thanks so much, Josh. 5:43 now, and from living in her car with her dogs to finally having a place to call home, one woman's journey out of homelessness is offering hope in South Tacoma.
Kimberly Soto is now thriving in permanent housing, and that's thanks to Low Income Housing Institute. And with a brand new tiny home village just opening, local leaders hope more people will get the same shot at stability. Take a look.
And I swear to God, I am so grateful. Just so grateful.
Sometimes a tiny home and knowing people care can change a life.
It was really hard, especially the death of my fiance and ending up on the street in my car with my dogs.
Kimberly Soto was homeless. She later moved into a tiny home through the Low Income Housing Institute, and just a few months ago moved into one of their affordable apartment units.
It's such an amazing feeling to have your own place and be responsible.
A new tiny home village operated by the Institute, also known as Lehigh, just opened in South Tacoma. Kingfisher Village has 60 units, 24/7 staff, and case managers.
It's not just a roof over somebody's head, but there's case management, there's support.
The city of Tacoma recently lost more than 150 shelter beds, including dozens of tiny homes. Some of those properties are now being turned into affordable housing, but the mayor says options like Kingfisher Village are still needed too.
I hope there's a day when we're not celebrating the opening of a tiny home village. But as long as there's a need, we have to do this.
Pierce County Executive Ryan Mello said the funding for this project came from the state's Encampment Resolution Program, which aims to move people out of right-of-ways, like from under bridges and near on-ramps, and into safer places.
It's one of the very top things I hear about from residents all the time. They want us to be finding homelessness solutions.
While leaders celebrate the new resource, Kimberly hopes it will help others find a better future too.
Just keep thinking positive, keep pushing on, waking up every day, make a goal for yourself, tell it to your case management, and they'll help you with that.
Incredible. So glad that she's able to utilize those resources, kind of get back on her feet and reset. And I
love that saying, tiny homes, big hearts.
Yes.
So cute.
And for the fact that it's not just tiny homes, but they have those caseworkers and the resources for all the people that utilize that.
Consistently,
yeah, exactly. I think that's great. All right, still ahead here on Good Morning Northwest. We have your morning sprint, everything you need to know before you head out the door this morning. And giving you that live look outside from our Bi-Mart camera in Yakima, Chief Meteorologist Josh Colberth will have your full first alert forecast as we make our way into Water Follies weekend. It's 5:46 and we're back after the break.
US Cellular makes it easy to switch. Get $1,000 off any phone with no trade-in. We don't even have to trade in our teeth? Nope. I almost lost this one.
Get $1,000 off any phone with no trade-in, and we'll pay off your current contract when you switch. US Cellular, built for us.
Who says you have to wait for snow to get the best piano deals of the year? Dickerson's Tri-City Pianos is unwrapping Christmas savings in July. Free delivery and setup, and a holiday songbook so you can practice Jingle Bells by the pool. Save on select uprights, grands, and digital pianos. And if you wear a Santa hat, we'll reward you with an extra discount. Christmas in July at Dickerson's Tri-City Pianos, where music is always in season.
Wow. New Swiffer Mop Deluxe is made for small spaces. For clean, even Mom approves of.
That's new.
Just grab a pad and go. The built-in solution traps dirt and locks it away.
Wow, still white.
The upgraded strip has 75% more scrubbing power.
Still clean.
And with the new locking head, getting into tight spaces is simple.
Can I borrow it?
The all-new Swiffer Mop Deluxe, the mother of all cleans.
And Consumer Reports.
We're testers.
This organization accepts no advertising or sponsorship.
Since 1936.
Testing dishwashers, TVs, cars, vacuums.
We buy directly from stores, just like you.
Making sure products are safe.
And that they last.
Because we're advocates.
Engineers and scientists. We're testers. We're Consumer Reports.
Join us.
Summer's here, and it's time to bring the heat in a new Honda. Head out for an unforgettable adventure, or take a sporty sedan for a spin, all while driving with confidence. See what makes Honda the Kelley Blue Book Best Value brand. Right now, you can get a 3.49% APR on a 2025 HR-V.
Right now, you can get 4 free phones plus 4 lines for $90 with no trade-in.
Are we having the wool pulled over our eyes here?
Nope. And you get the latest phones.
iPhone.
Get 4 phones plus 4 lines for $90, and we'll pay off your current contract when you switch. US Cellular, built for us.
Stacy Lee. First Alert Weather, watch tonight. From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colberth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. Today is not technically a first alert weather day, but we will have an increased fire risk for both today and tomorrow. So let's show you the ingredients that go into that. First of all, it's going to be hot out there. Will be a few degrees hotter than normal for this time of the year. The vegetation going to be critically dry in the Cascades and Upper Yakima Basin and for lower elevations. Then you factor in the wind gusts. Could be a little bit breezy this morning, but especially after 2 p.m. that's when they're going to crank it up. And the windiest location is going to be in the Kittitas Valley and the Morrow County foothills, but across the map they could gust between 20 to 40 miles per hour. So in these conditions, fires could start or spread quickly. Then for tomorrow, thankfully a little bit cooler, more seasonal stuff. Will be in the 80s and 90s for lower elevations, but unfortunately vegetation is still going to be critically dry for the valleys, for the basin, and for the foothills. And the wind gusts going to be essentially just as strong as they'll be for today. Again, after 2 p.m., that's going to be that main time frame. So once again, in these conditions, fires could start or spread quickly. Now, thankfully, the wind gusts are going to be calmer as we head into Saturday and Sunday. Still a little bit breezy out there, but the temperatures and the sunshine all going to cooperate for the Tri-City water follies. So definitely get out there to the river and enjoy it if you can. But the short-lived little cool down is going to be exactly that, short-lived, as we'll heat it back up for next week. Looks like the hottest days are either going to be Tuesday or Wednesday. For now, we'll go with Tuesday, and it looks like highs could be anywhere between 100 to 103 for the lower Columbia Basin, around 100 for the valleys, and mid to upper 90s for the foothills. So definitely toasty stuff, but that is still 6 to 7 days out, so we'll see how that data comes into the Weather Center. We're also tracking these little thunderstorm chances for the mountains and for the Kittitas Valley, at least for Wednesday. But anytime we have lightning in the forecast, we watch that very closely for the potential of any fire starts. So that is certainly what we're going to be doing. Here's the 7-day forecast for the Tri-Cities. Hot, dry, and breezy today, cooler into the weekend, and triple-digit heat looms for next week. In Yakima, increased fire danger today and tomorrow, cooler Friday through Sunday, then heating up to around 100 next Tuesday and Wednesday. In Ellensburg, windy over the next couple days, so watching the fire start potential closely. Same deal with that chance for lightning next Wednesday. In Hermiston, an uptick in the fire risk Thursday and Friday, then tracking the possible return of highs in the 100s next week. Then for Walla Walla, cooling down into the weekend, but fairly close to 100 degrees by next Tuesday.
Now, the morning sprint.
Time is 5:51. It's time for your morning sprint in our 5 o'clock hour.
And we start with the top 5 local stories that you need to know this morning, starting in Pasco, where police are investigating a deadly shooting. It happened on West Marie Street early Wednesday morning. Officers found a person with gunshot wounds inside of a home who had passed away at the scene. Detectives now asking anyone with information to come forward.
And election officials in Yakima County say they're expecting low voter turnout this primary season. Ballots are out now, and voters have until August 5th to mail them or drop them off. Officials say only 25% of voters are expected to take part.
Also in Yakima, Martin Luther King Jr. Elementary just got a major donation, 600 backpacks and a $500 Costco gift card. It's all in part of an effort to ensure students start the school year prepared and confident.
And this weekend is the 60th annual Tri-City Water Follies. Reminder that Columbia Park is closed from the Blue Bridge to Edison through Sunday night, and the Columbia River will be shut down for the event from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. Friday through Sunday.
And the Reach Museum in Richland is celebrating its 11th anniversary today with free admission and family-friendly events. Visitors can enjoy crafts, scavenger hunts, river views, and hands-on exhibits throughout the day.
In your national headlines this morning, home prices are hotter than ever this summer. The median price of a previously owned home in the U.S. was $435,000 in June, which is the highest on record. And while prices are up, existing home sales fell 2.7% last month. The National Association of Realtors says the housing market remains challenging for buyers because of high mortgage rates. But if those rates fall in the second half of the year, the group expects sales to pick up.
In your business headlines at 5:53, Uber is launching a new women preferences feature in the U.S. It'll allow women riders to see a woman driver option when they request a ride on demand or in advance. Riders can also set a preference option, and women drivers will have the option to request trips with women riders, including during peak earning hours. The company says testing in overseas markets generated overwhelmingly positive feedback. The pilot feature is starting in LA, San Francisco, and Detroit in the next few weeks.
In your health headlines this morning, the Department of Health and Human Services is removing thimerosal from all flu vaccines. Yesterday, the department announced that HHS Secretary RFK Jr. has formally signed the recommendation, and that recommendation was made last month by the CDC's Advisory Committee on Immunization Practices. It was largely removed from most vaccines about 25 years ago, but it can be included in multi-dose vials to prevent bacterial contamination. Kennedy says the move is to protect vulnerable populations from unnecessary mercury exposure.
5:54 sports headlines now. Tennis superstar Venus Williams officially off the market. The 45-year-old confirming she is engaged to 37-year-old Italian actor and producer Andrea Preti. The pair have worked to keep their relationship private, but rumors have been swirling for months as they've been spotted in a number of different places together around Italy. Back in February, Williams was seen wearing what appeared to be an engagement ring. She played her first singles match in over a year that day. Williams defeating Peyton Stearns in the match in the DC Open. Congrats to them.
Woohoo. All right, trending this morning, you may have seen the viral video, a miniature horse jamming on a keyboard as a young patient wakes up from anesthesia.
Okay, well, at first, she looks
oh my goodness,
a little confused, but then a smile spreads across her face, and now more than 2 million people have smiled with her on Instagram.
I'd think like, oh, I must be in a coma. Like, this must be
I
the
would
coma.
think I'm in a different universe.
Yeah.
Well, that musical horse is part of Mini Therapy Horses, a California nonprofit run by Victoria Notif Netnell, bringing 9 therapy-trained minis to hospitals, veterans' homes, and more.
This is so amazing.
Gosh.
So their tricks aren't just cute, they're tools to help kids and adults cope with tough moments.
Like at Shriners Children's in Southern California, where the horses even helped escort kids to and from surgery.
They may be tiny, but their impact is huge.
I think that's the theme for today.
I love
Tiny,
that.
but huge impact.
Tiny but huge impact.
So cute.
Did you hear about the pony that went to the doctor's office, had a sore throat?
Oh, that's
the
good.
diagnosis was that it was just a little horse. Well, really nothing. Wow, that one really felt...
No, I laughed. He needs some Cabernet.
There we go. Jade, you gotta get in.
Really bad.
Come
Okay.
on.
Jade's
We need to
done
take
with
a
us.
break is what we need to
Yeah.
do.
Let's tell them what's coming up next.
Right. There is still much more ahead on Good Morning Northwest. We're going to let you know how one local soccer team turned last year's loss into a national title and what's up next for them. Plus, hey, grab the lime, grab the salt, not the Cabernet. No, it's National Tequila Day. We've got the history behind the spirit and some fun ways to celebrate responsibly.
1 tequila, 2 tequila, 3 tequila, floor.
Yeah, bye.
Important advice, folks. I'll talk about the increased fire risk that we have for today and tomorrow, and perhaps some more jokes coming up on Good Morning Northwest.
You
at
can only
6.
be so lucky.